Could you just
No
let
problem.
me know when we're starting, please? Thanks. All right, starting our first midwater transect.
Pilots are ready. It seems really dark, Dan. Let's
It does seem a little dark.
That's actually max iris.
Alright.
And +6 gain.
Okay. What's that, Dave? Up all the way out. Up is all the way out. Up. Up is what you want to point all the way out.
Just kind of getting a little more light in view. Looks like our first fish, maybe Okeanos stomatid.
Okay, video, if you want to help me out, I think your monitor's a little better.
Sure. So jelly center screen.
Yeah.
First jellyfish.
I'll wait for your request to
go,
zoom in.
The shrimp, really long antennae.
Let's go shrimp first.
Okay, zooming in.
And Andrew, if there's two things, if you just want to yell out priority,
Sure.
that works.
The blob. Default to jellyfish first.
Okay.
Thanks.
That's a good rule. See if that guy's still here. There you go.
Jelly.
Yeah, you want to come in?
Zooming in. Yeah. And he's gone.
Yeah. Man, we got
Looks
to
like a Tina 4.
do some with lights here.
Yeah, it's pretty dark on my side too.
Yeah.
Looks like there's a shrimp on the left.
Okay, I'm going to tilt up to even. And hopefully that helps. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
I mean, I can try bumping it up to 12 gain.
Did you get a good look at that mic?
Adds a little bit of green
Yeah,
to
I
the
saw it really
picture.
quick, and I'm not sure if that was like a Matthew Karoe Tina 4 or if that was a larvation house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, Mike. We'll spend more time on the next one. Copy coming down.
Yeah, I'm at 12 gain right now. I'd like to bump it down to 6 if there's anything else we can do with the lights.
Deploy lowers.
Pretty good particles today.
Good.
There are quite a few particles in the water column.
Copy. Oh,
It looks like the DO here is 4.2 milligrams per liter, temperature 7.18 at the depth of
Could come in here,
800
video.
meters.
Okay, zooming in.
copy that. Oh, I'm getting pulled by
Zooming
this
out.
other. Yeah, yeah.
Full wide. Maybe an eel on the left.
Okay.
Yeah, an eel or a fish or
That looked
something
like
on
it
the
might
left.
have been
Roger.
a larvation house as well.
I'm going to try bumping it down again. See if, there we go.
There's a jelly up
Couple,
there.
yeah, maybe a jelly up top, Chris.
Roger. Okay, video, you want to start to come in? Video.
Can we try to continue the Midwater transit?
Yeah. Ed. Starting video.
Yeah, roger that.
Thank
And
you,
holding.
Chris. Ooh, beautiful.
There we go. I can go in further if you like.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is this a low bait Tina 4 mic?
come
Yep,
out,
that's a
keep it
low
in frame.
Yeah, sorry. Coming back down here.
So you can see those rows of cilia really well. Down the middle of the body and reflecting all the different colors of light back to us.
Just yell at me when it's time to go, co-pilot. Hey, Jeff. Copy. Let me get a better shot video. Okay, you come back in.
Coming in.
Beautiful, guys.
Wow, it's right on top of us.
Yeah.
Mike, well, what is that red blob in the center?
That's most likely that's a stomach, and it uses kind of this pigmentation to mask any luminescent prey that it may capture. You know, when you're in the midwater and it's really dark,
Okay.
you don't want to have your stomach glowing.
Gotta go, Ed, sorry.
Roger.
Need to come back down to 800 after chasing that guy. All right.
There's a good one on the right.
And we're still conducting our first midwater transect at 800 meters.
Yeah, let's get that guy. Want to start in it? Yeah, just hold there.
Oh,
Can't tell how far away he is.
He's got good light on him. Keep coming.
Yeah,
beautiful.
he's out of focus by nature.
Wow, look at that.
That's why it was so bright.
It's a one long tentacle. Wow, that's amazing.
Keep coming if you got it.
Yep.
Have we seen this yet, Mike?
No, we haven't seen this one, definitely. Not in this expedition. That's beautiful.
So is there one long tentacle coming from the center?
Yeah, it's hard to see. It's not sure if it comes
Maybe
from the
it's coming
margin
off
of
the right side,
bottom of the bell,
maybe.
or if it's coming, most likely is. Strange that it's just one.
Pushing in a little.
My
Yeah, it looks
perspective,
like
it's
it.
like the 3
can see
o'clock
it now
position
in
as we're
view.
looking at it from
Let me
behind.
know when, co-pilot.
See it? Looks like it's attached right there.
Oh, sorry.
Still clipping this?
Sorry, video.
It might be a
Nice.
set of very fine tentacles at the very edge of the bell margin that we see kind of shimmering in the light.
Are you still clipping this?
I don't think
Okay.
it's a velum, which is kind of a donut
Coming out just a little bit for you.
Yeah, thank you.
that kind of closes the aperture at the bottom of the bell. It looks like possibly fine tentacles, something like that. Really great.
Copy that.
Beautiful.
Gonna let that.
There you go.
Wow.
There you can really see where it's
That's
attached.
amazing. Hi, did somebody just join our telecom line?
Hey, Andrea, it's Tim Shank calling from Woods Hole.
Hi, Tim. How are you this morning?
It's fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
It's come wide video.
Coming out wide.
Looking at a beautiful jelly here.
I know, it's amazing. You see that one long tentacle coming down? Looks like center body.
You're going to have to let it go,
Yeah.
Andrea. Sorry.
There we go.
Okay, so this is the end of our 800-meter transect.
Okay.
I am going
Push out.
to take a breakfast break. Mike's going to take over, and I'll be back just shortly.
Hey, Aaron. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Tim.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm not getting any audio coming through on feed 1. Don't know if that's on my end or there. Someone can let me
Okay.
know.
Yeah, we'll check on that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Video, did you copy that?
Roger that. Seeing it on both channels here, I'll check with DryLab. Thank you.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Good morning, Mike and Tim. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
I can hear you.
Okay. So I'm in your capable hands. Okay, we're proceeding down to 900 meters for the second of our Midwater transects. We're doing a pilot change at the moment, which is why we're just hanging here. Todd is taking over. That was a fish in the Sirius view.
Are we ready to go down? Co-pilot? Let's go. Pushing down.
So just while we're waiting, a little about the geology today. We're going down to Exocet Seamount. And there's a little bit of uncertainty about what we might find. Exocet Seamount is one of a series of seamounts that trend in a northwest direction within the Anegada Passage. And this part of the world is actually a really important tectonic boundary. It's the eastern boundary of the Puerto Rico U.S. Virgin Island microplate. And so it forms a big gash in the Earth's crust, if you like. In places it goes down to 5 kilometers.
I'm not sure if the motors are rated for
and the microplate is
maybe,
kind of rotating around, and this is its eastern boundary. The question is, how exactly does that boundary work? And in the literature, there's just about every explanation you can think of. Did it slip to the left? Did it slip to the right? Did it pull apart east-west?
I think it has to be live too.
And
I don't really want to
the
run
nature of the seamounts themselves are a question. Are they bits of the limestone platform? Are we going to find limestone again and sedimentary rocks? Are we going to find basement rocks, Cretaceous volcanics?
Is that why I'm losing
Or originally they were thought even to be seamounts sensu stricto, i.e. basaltic constructs. I think we're pretty sure they're not those anymore. But it'll be interesting to see what we find. Exocet is probably the deepest of a series of seamounts. The ones further to the northeast were dived on by Amanda and Jason with the Nautilus just a year ago. And so we're
dragging the tether through the water
continuing
vertically,
that
so
program of looking at the seamounts in the Anegada Passage.
Understood. Passing 850. Yeah, I did that on purpose to just clear the tether over there.
Tim, watch lead. Sorry, I didn't quite get that video. Can you repeat?
Okay, good. We got the tether clear.
You can't hear me. Video.
Roger that. Tim Schenk from Hui. If you're listening, Inner Space Center can assist with your audio issue.
Okay, I'm going to slow down. Approaching 900.
Thank you, video. Watch lead.
Roger.
Okay. Pushing out a little bit. Jim, can you zoom out on high pack? I just wonder if Brian has a an action.
This guy right in front of us, he's going to move pretty quick.
Just wondering if you zoom out.
So we're
Hawaii.
currently at 902 meters and about to start the next transect.
Does Brian have a bottom target way off to the west? Was that taken into account? It is. Okay. Just gonna look at where the camera is. Oh, yeah, let's turn it back on. Yeah. Okay.
Target center.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah,
Check
I've lost
for
the
an
event log
current.
again, so if you can enter, that would be great. So we have Mike Ford at Silver Springs, who's the
excellent.
Eagle Eye here, and we have Tim Shanks at Hui as well.
Target center. Left of center.
Okay, tracking. Partial zoom, please.
Partial zoom eye. Holding.
Looks like we might have something in the center of the screen. Indeed we do.
That's a hard one to focus too.
Yeah, it is.
There it is. Fish as well.
Just getting a little
this guy's
closer,
closing pretty
zooming
good.
in.
Yeah, if I back up hard, I'll blow him.
Yeah.
I'll just try to track it. Do you still have focal?
No, he's right there. Is at the very
I
edge.
just backed up a little bit.
So as close as I got. And come out
Down,
a little bit.
Try to back out.
No, he's within our macro range. You were right.
Yeah, thrusting backwards gives him a little swirl.
That's an accurate statement.
Pilot's doing a valiant job of following this. I don't know what it is. I'm hoping Mike Ford will chime in a minute.
No, I'm still taking a look. That was amazing. I really don't know what that is right now. It's certainly extremely
Still
delicate.
tight.
See
There you
it
go.
kind of blowing around.
No.
Yeah.
I can go in more if you'd like.
If
I
only
can
if
come
it's gonna
out more
stay
too.
still, but
Partial.
the water's moving around too much. I think we're done with him
Yeah.
or her.
That's full
Before we
wide
approach
now.
it closely, see kind of a denser mass and then a really perfectly outstretched sunburst of fine filaments. Not sure exactly what that is, but that was unusual.
Thank you, Mike.
Going back down a couple meters to 900.
Mike, could you tap something in the event log if that's okay? Again, I'm locked out.
There he
Is
is
that him
again.
again, or is that another
Oh, that's
one?
it again.
Yep, doing
Yeah,
that
there it
now.
is again.
I suspect that's him again, but without a license plate.
Okay, go tight. Try to get him while he's in center.
And that looks like another one.
Maybe, maybe we can.
I'm pulling out to keep him in frame.
Thank you. I'll try to keep it centered.
He's
So it looks like
closing
we've
as
found
well.
another one of these, I think.
I'm going to turn my iris down to see if I can get any detail
Spectacular
out of the center
pilot.
of him. But he's just shining all of our light right back at us. Yeah.
I have not seen one of these before.
So this is kind of cool. Mike's saying he's not seen one of these before, and if Mike's not seen one of these before, we know it must be rare. Just amazing to watch, the filaments with the central area. Just gracefully hanging there in the midwater.
When do we go to the next step? Is it a time limit that we're doing? Or a
Yeah,
distance?
yeah, we're doing 10 minutes.
Okay.
And maybe get a little tighter on this if you'd like.
Okay.
Seems to be holding fairly static.
Don't say that. I won't be
I
able to
know,
hold it
I
if you say
know.
that.
I'm actually going to turn my iris down again if you don't mind, just so
Very
I can
cool.
get any detail out of that center. Okay, that's interesting.
I don't know if you can see anything on your monitor. It's
Yeah.
pretty dark over here.
No, it's refracting light from the center like a ctenophore would.
Okay.
A very colorful display of light emanating from the center.
That's the highest zoom, I assume, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's, that's it there.
Like that.
I think it's hard to focus if they get too close. That's great, pilot. Thank you.
Try to get a couple really stable shots here for you.
Wow.
That is great. Thank you.
Oh, I'm coming out just a bit. You need to help me with focus.
Those filaments are extremely fine. Anybody have a guess on scale right now?
We could laze and pull
Pilot,
out.
any feeling for a scale of that thing?
We can try to get the laser on it if you pull back a little video.
Yeah,
I'll,
I think I've got to pull back quite a bit to get laze.
I'll just try
There you
to
go.
graze it with the lasers.
Like-
The laser is
8, 9,
So it's
maybe 5.
It's half
Oh,
the,
yeah,
half
See
the laser width.
the laser
It is.
line
Yeah.
Can you
centimeters
go in a
apart.
little bit? Let's see if
Yeah.
when the laser's actually grazed.
I'm trying to
Across one
I know.
line.
stare at Sirius, see if I can see it in the Sirius cam.
It's hard to say.
I don't see the lasers hitting it. Oh, there we go. There's just 1
Yeah.
and 2.
There's the
That's
lasers.
about
Oh, yeah, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
greater than 10.
Greater than 10. Bulk of it's within 10.
It may be approaching 10 centimeters
Yeah.
all the way across.
A little,
Which is a
we
little
can,
bit
we can
more.
actually put both lasers on it at the same time, so
Yeah.
it exceeds 10.
So we were just trying the lasers there, which are 10 centimeters apart, to try and give us a scale for this creature. How big is it?
Yeah, it could go
And our
go all the way in
best
and
guess
kill the
was
lights
maybe
again. Kill
Okay.
the-
A little bit bigger than
Maybe we
10
should turn
centimeters?
off some of our
12
lights.
centimeters
No,
or so?
You're going to play the iris?
Over here, you get a feel
Oh,
for the
wow.
shape of the center.
It's not much
I know
to
you
it.
probably just are looking at a black monitor over there, but I have
Oh,
a
that's a great
detail
shot.
here.
We're getting
Detail
to look
there.
at the inner structure.
Yeah, indeed.
And it's really refracting light.
Coming back down. It's hard to hold that.
And then I'm coming back up slowly with the lights to see.
I love this. You float through the midwater and you see stuff that just blows your mind.
Indeed.
Okay.
We've
Now,
Kind
Yeah, that is
2
truly
more minutes on transect.
I'm a little ways out. Oh, we got something
Oh.
I'll
else
be
here.
obsessing
Hello.
about this for days. No.
Go back in.
Coming in.
Ooh.
There's going to be somewhere in there.
He's
Coming
floating,
out.
and I'm floating the wrong way. Staying.
Siphonophore?
Siphonophore.
So Shosai just said this is a siphonophore, our
It's a wiggly
second
one.
or
I'll
third
try to
creature
track
in
it.
this.
I can go
This
a little
transact.
tighter. I'll keep them in frame. Holding there.
Yeah, this is a bison siphonophore, and you can see the top part of the body is fairly clear, and those are called nectophores. They're responsible for locomotion. They're all modified
Zoom in there.
animals that live along a common cord,
Fairly
and
mobile.
have sort of split the functions of life between them.
Show
At the
it
top
down
is
a
a
little
little float, and toward the bottom, the white
One more minute
stripes
is transect.
are structures for feeding and reproduction and
It's starting to
defense.
start coming real close. Coming out.
Thank you, Tim.
Coming out more.
Watch lead, 1 more minute is transect.
Full wide.
Oh, that was Mike. That was
He's
Oh, sorry.
really
Yeah,
close.
sorry.
great information.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's within our
Apologies. I
micro
knew it was
range.
Mike.
And he's
That was
gone.
just me early morning dyslexia. Thank you, Mike.
We're at 1,000.
Okay, I gotta scoot back out in front of Copilot. Going back. That was at 890.
We've seen a few large siphonophores on this expedition. I think Dive 4, Dive 5 had Midwater transit, long siphonophores. And we saw some siphonophores that were swimming very fast. And it's really interesting how all those pulsing modified bells
You
work
guys ready to
together
head down?
to really
You say
get
when.
going.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Right.
We're ending this transect. Watch
Yeah,
lead.
Jeff.
Do you read?
I'm not. I can hear. I'm not hearing you over the mic.
Yeah, watch lead. We're ending the transect.
Yeah.
That was the end of the 900 meter transect.
Okay. So that was the end of the 900 meter transect. We're going to be descending now to 1,000 meters for the next transect. And Mike, forgive me, but a question. Yeah, you just typed in there. Mike just typed in this sunburst creature blew my mind. I mean, Mike, you're the expert. I mean, did we really see something completely new there, or is it likely, or is it likely that somebody else has seen it?
I don't know. I got to kind of control my enthusiasm and just sort of, take it step by step. It wasn't something that I've seen. It may be something that's been certainly found before. It looked extremely delicate,
Trying just to keep
which
each other
makes it
going
most
over
likely the people that saw it before were people like us with an ROV. Perhaps it's been trawled up.
Comes Dave.
I don't know. It looked very unique. The last few shots that showed the internal morphology of the core will certainly help us out. Usually when we find something like this that's unusual and not something that us has seen before on an expedition, we go do the research and check it out. We'll talk to colleagues around the world, see if we can come up with what it was.
Too much risk.
But that was pretty cool.
Thank you, Mike. I have to say, Andrea just sat down and went, wow.
I did. I heard I missed something fabulous. The video's replaying it back for me. It's amazing. It looks like,
If I
so
put a
there's,
credit card number over the conference line. Can we go back and get a sample?
so it looks like it's reflecting a lot of light back. Are those like ciliated row coming off the center? Did you get a...
They were really fine, and I didn't
980.
see any dumps at all. They were highly reflective with the ROV light.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy, and the core was really rifting back bright, which is just exceptional.
Holy, it's amazing. Wow. I think when I leave, all the good stuff happens.
That's almost true.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
For a while, I thought these guys were just trying to make me feel good because I had no idea what it was.
We're just about to start the 1,000-meter transect. You guys set?
Yeah, just stabilizing here.
Okay, we're now at 1,000 meters and soon be starting our next transect.
Okay, so this is the start of 1,000 meters then?
We are at 1,000 meters, or 999. I think we're about to start.
Oh, we're about to switch pilots first.
We've, the pilots are talking at the moment. There might be a pilot change going on. Indeed, there is. Pilot change.
Okay, I'm hanging out.
Thank you, Todd. Just remember, whenever Andrea leaves the building. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Andrea.
Morning, Dave.
We're looking for stuff.
Looking for default to jellies. If you see any jelly-looking thing.
Go for the blob.
Or alien dandelions. Those are cool.
Okay, we're starting the transect at 11:57.
Okay, we're starting the Midwater transect.
I mean, my mind was already blown with the first jellyfish that we saw, which was like this coronate, medusae that was beautiful with the, the tentacle
and just went off to rain.
And the red, stomach. And then we see
another coming down below. Feels like the
creature, and that's just like
strong.
way too much. That's great.
So two new sightings for this expedition.
Another down.
So do you have some
below,
folks in mind that you can send that image to, the sunburst?
Passing frame top.
Did you get a frame grab?
Yeah, I got a bunch of frame grabs of, with the standard lighting, and then whatever the video team did to get it slightly darker on the edge and highlight that center core.
Yeah.
I've got a snapshot of that as well.
Okay.
So we'll, I'll send that around and see if people can take a look and see what it is and do a little more digging.
Okay, well, keep us posted.
Oh, you bet.
Nav, watch lead here. Can we just get a sound check? I'm not sure I'm hearing any of the front row.
I'm talking now. I don't know what seat you're at.
No, I can't hear you guys.
What seat are you at?
Oh. Sorry, my fault. My problem.
I think that's resolved now.
Hey, this is Tim again. We don't. I don't have any video over feed 1. I don't know if anybody else does.
Okay, I asked video to check on that, so let's see.
Tim, ISC said they'd be able to assist you with that. They're having good audio at their location.
Roger that. Okay, thank you.
So I touched center.
I'm really glad that we adopted doing these midwater transects. They're extremely valuable. I mean, already during this
top center
dive, we have come across 2 organisms that none of us online have ever seen before, so it's pretty fantastic.
Holding.
Okay, a little more soon.
Pushing.
Hold.
Holding.
We are at a depth of 1,000 meters doing our 3rd midwater transect.
Oops.
Just some type of larvation housing, Mike?
Yep, that was larvation house, which is a small organism who, it's really small. I don't know if it's clear that's here in this image. It might vacate it. A small little organism that looks like a tadpole will sit and build this mucus filter, and then its tail and create a flow through the filter, and it can extract extremely small microorganisms with that filter, and that's what it uses for. That's sort of its foraging mode. And they'll kind of build them and use them, and then move on to other ones.
Zoom in a little.
So they're really interesting. We've seen many of those on this expedition in the Midwater, so they're pretty cool.
Something new coming up here.
Holding.
Yeah.
The small siphonophore.
Maneuvering.
Pretty bright.
Pushing in. Slow.
Coming out, keeping them in frame.
Thank you. Maneuvering.
Could be.
Back in.
Still looking.
Holding.
Wow. Oh, now you can see it.
Teeny tiny.
Yeah. Beautiful.
He's coming in on us.
Yeah.
Coming in pretty quick now.
Come out a little
Looks
bit.
like we caught it with all of its tentacles and tentillae all fully deployed.
I think I'm still partial.
Those are like the other cnidarians are studied with stinging cell.
Coming in. Holding.
So all of the thicker, transparent structures coming off the ventral side of the body, what are those?
Coming out. Holding.
Like they're thicker, they're more paddle shaped.
So there's three that it could be stomach.
Yep. I'm almost
morphology. They're kind of gastrozoids. They're kind of responsible for kind of pulling in and digesting all the captured prey for the common use of the siphonophore. There are also some other structures that are little kind of gelatinous shields that are sometimes used for defense. And then, of course, there are the predatory parts on the bottom end there along that bright part of the cord that are used for capturing prey. Kind of all coiled up now.
Yeah.
He sensed our presence.
Balled up.
Yes, I concur.
Okay, must go wide, please.
Coming out wide.
So we're at 1,000 meters. Our temperature here is 5.5 degrees C. Dissolved oxygen 5.3 milligrams per liter. So oxygen has come up quite a bit from the past 200 meters.
There's one center. Starboard to port.
Up, got it. Okay. Just coming up just a little bit. Tilting. You can zoom.
Going in. And holding.
Panning right. A little bit more.
Coming in and holding.
Maneuvering.
That might be another larvation house. Well,
oh yeah, okay.
Look at those filter builds. The two kind of load-like structures of the fine filters.
So it's interesting to me that we're seeing a lot of
Maybe
these
a
larvation
mucus
houses
now,
empty. Have
organism?
you observed the
Mucus ball.
larvation in the house at all? I haven't recalled one.
No, I haven't recalled this expedition, and they're all sort of vacated. I'm looking really closely now to see if I can see kind of any pulsing organism. I don't. I do see this kind of surrounding constellation of particles trapped in a
pretty
wider
steadily
blob
drifting away.
of fine mucus. But I don't see the one side, which is kind of its thing. It's sort of, kind of builds them, uses, and then moves on.
Movement on the right side of that chamber. Or maybe that's philia just reflecting light.
It would be
back
nice to see one with one inside,
Yeah.
though.
Mm-hmm.
Going to come out just a little bit, give you more latitude there.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay, roger that. Coming full wide. I think that was pretty good imaging of that. Here you go. I'll just scoot out in front. How long is each transect? 10? 10 minutes?
Yep, 10 minutes.
Roger. Another minute here.
Yep, one more minute.
I don't know if I can catch this guy.
Another siphonophore,
Maneuvering.
possibly.
Oh, that wasn't me.
Give me a minute here. Oh, I blew him.
Whoa. No.
Yeah, it came up too fast. Too much reverse thrust.
Maybe just a mucus strand.
Yeah. It's broke apart as we got closer.
It's this little bitty bit of something.
Little bitty bit.
He's inside our focal length.
Okay. All right, let me get stretched out, and then I can slow down, and things will go better.
And I think we're on our way down.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're down,
Time to go.
descending.
Come down with you.
That's the end of our 1,000-meter transect.
Roger, Nav. Thank you. Mike, did you copy? That was the end of 1,000-meter transect.
Copy that.
Oh, you're moving.
Yeah. There's places to go, things to see.
Okay, so we're headed down to 1,100 meters.
Fish. Just caught him out. I don't know, we can't get him.
No,
We've already seen some pretty amazing midwater organisms on this dive already, although I, of course, stepped out of the room and missed one fantastic unknown organism.
Did you bag a thing, Chris?
But that's why we have the video. You can enjoy it later.
Todd.
That was Todd.
Todd.
I bagged the thing.
Yeah, looked like a dandelion, but really.
Tim, have you been able to get your audio to work out of your feed, your video feed?
Target depth.
Yeah, Andrea, I'm on the
Target
phone
depth
with
is 1,100
Mike
meters.
Bowman,
Okay.
and we're working on it now. I think it's something local to me, so
Okay,
I'm trying to isolate it now.
great.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep.
Now, what's our water temp in the 4 to 7 range?
Yeah, video right now, it's a smidge over 5.
Roger, thank you.
Getting closer to 1,100 meters. Start our fourth midwater transect here in a little bit.
I'll come down to 1085 and look out at you.
Okay, Nav, you can start us. I'm at 1100. And we're on the prowl.
All right. Starting 1,100 meter transect.
Looks like there's more stuff already. It's just tiny.
Yeah, it seems pretty thick with particulates here.
That could be a function of my iris being up. Well, maybe not. No, it does look like there's more. At least these larger dots. There's a lot of stuff.
I remember the last midwater transect that we conducted, over a week and a half ago. We saw a lot of arrow worms and midwater fish, but we really haven't seen those today. Maybe one midwater fish at the start of the 800 meter transect, but.
Something vertical coming center frame.
I don't see it yet. Oh,
right
in the middle. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, and then there's
I
something
see
above
him
it
top.
with
Up top
legs.
might be a little more interesting.
Which one?
Right.
Andrea, quick.
Right.
Right?
Right. Going out of screen.
Oh, that thing.
No, it's up top.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that thing.
And that thing.
Thing with legs. A little bit of zoom, please.
Coming in and
Hold
holding.
there a minute. Let me get
What is this?
a little bit more.
Well, the initial focus on these is really hard to tell if they're close or far away.
Yeah, I'm going to push towards
Is that
it.
another really strange jelly?
I'm going to come out and keep them in frame for you.
You chasing it.
Wow.
Losing my focus here. There he is. And come in.
That's amazing. I'm not sure what that is.
I'm drifting.
It's like a windmill. Well, the
He's getting close.
looks like it's gelatinous, like the bell is, but.
Oh, that's really cool. That's like a little Solmissus-like, a little like a genus thing, Sagantha. It's really great. It's this long tentacle sort of at the top of the pulsing bell.
You can
Some
see
of
them
these
importing
jellies
it too. If that helps.
are in the business of just preying on other jellies.
Oh.
Am I too close, too far, or right?
So the
a little
tentacles are at the
close.
top of the bell.
It's getting back into the
So
light
the
now.
aboral side.
Yeah, I think that's what it looks like.
Come back down.
And what
so there should
group
be
did you
good
say?
Light.
Okay, coming down.
Like to go in here?
Yeah, there you go.
Just a second. I'm
Oh.
still getting
They're
Yeah,
a
sorry.
hydromedusae, and
How you doing there?
I haven't seen this particular one. I'm kind of matching what the morphology looks like from other hydromedusae.
Sure.
Okay, push in.
Pushing in,
have
holding.
this kind of structure of tentacles coming out at the top of the bell or top of the umbrella. Kind of a delicate cell. Not a lot going on
Wow.
on the inside. I don't see a lot of canals or stomach structures.
That's a nice shot. They don't look connected.
On the margin, at the bottom of the bell near the opening, it seems really fine. There's not a lot. It's not a dense ring, and
Come
it's
in
certainly
just
not
a smidge more.
a set of additional tentacles.
Wow. It's interesting how it was moving and kind of spinning. Do you think
It's a
that's
good
just the
distance
effects
there.
from the ROV?
Chris, do you have a feel for how large
I was
this is?
wondering. I didn't see any pulses, and I don't see now. It clearly looks like
Maybe
4 tentacles.
3 or 4
emerging
centimeters.
From near
Roger,
the top
thank
of the
you.
bell. Two of them seem to be kind of intertwined. They're really thick at the base.
Just judging off the
And
manip
now
cams.
possibly at the margin of the bell.
Well, it's nicely rotating so you can get
around.
visualize
Oh my
many different
gosh.
parts. It looks like that might be conical in between those legs. You see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
The body's extending down in between those appendages.
You want to zoom on Sirius?
If you talk me through it, yeah.
Okay, you can focus. Go ahead. Just focus on D2.
I think, okay, Roger.
Yeah.
Oh, here. Is it moving?
So, those tentacles, are they
If he comes closer, send
with
a thing,
nematocysts?
I'd like to
Are
just
they
snap on it real
prey
quick.
capturing?
I would think so. If they're similar to the others,
Just hold.
Right. That's what I'm.
Keep yourself steady.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Now you can come in on it.
Thank you.
Life is pretty wild.
Indeed.
Just getting out there a little ways.
Pushing ahead.
I was just thinking of the music that Art might choose to put with that video.
Beautiful day video, pilots.
It's like chasing a soap bubble across the park.
yeah, the whole group of hydromeat species that have this set of tentacles sort of oriented in the bell.
Should be able to see
Really?
him in manip cam
It's
if it's...
interesting. The tentacles kind of bent like
Yeah,
that.
see
There
them
must
out
be
there.
a particular strategy. It must have an
So a little bit in from that is perfect light.
advantage in some
Okay.
imaging mode.
Pushing ahead.
And now you can see him on both.
Are we good on video here? Should we move on?
I'll take a peek at this guy real quick.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
This is great. That's good.
It's good for us, Dave.
About time to go anyway.
Thank you.
Really well done, pilots.
Well done.
Thank you, Dave.
Bravo.
Do I get to name it?
We had a specimen, maybe.
Oh.
Righty eye has been used many times.
What? Right? Oh.
Did it have 4 tentacles or 3?
4.
4.
And they were attached on the, usually we see the tentacles attached around the rim of the bell, near the oral side where the mouth opening is, but they were on top of the bell. And we're still conducting our 1100 meter transect.
Get that one in center.
Screen. Yep,
Yeah.
come on in on it. Let's just see what it is, whether it's worth chasing.
It's like another larvation house.
Pretty far out.
Okay. Just head over that away.
Yeah,
What's
we're good on that.
Yeah, there's
We're
something.
good on that?
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, I think we've got
That's
that.
snot what you want?
But don't bunch.
Now you're getting funny.
Something horizontal and serious.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see that.
Dave, we only want the exotic and unseen before.
Can you come in?
Well, I can't see anything in front of me, so there you are. That's the unseen. Got lots of unseen.
Come in on that if you
I
want
think
it.
that's going to be too high up for D2.
Yeah, we're not going to come back and get it with D2, but if it's worth trying to characterize from serious view. Watch, did you see that?
Oh, sorry, I had you turned off. Go ahead.
We're just zooming in on the horizontal subject in Sirius. I don't know if it's...
Looks like siphonophore maybe, and Sirius, Mike.
Okay.
Mike Ford can
Let's
chime in.
bounce down to it.
Yeah, it looks like that might be.
Won't be able to get a really good shot, but hopefully it's enough to characterize.
Yep, thank you. I'll note it.
Coming up.
Thanks, video.
Thank you. For what?
After that.
Here's something top of frame center. Moving from port to starboard. It's a small horizontal line. Center frame now.
Okay, come on in on it here. It's a
Holding.
there. Let me
Pretty bright.
give chase.
Does that
here.
help?
He's the middle of the light.
It is right now.
Yeah.
Okay, tilting up. It's tiny. Tilting back down a little. You can zoom some more.
I think you're sneaking up on him.
No, he's still reasonable distance.
Oh,
Oh, he
our
might
first
be
arrow
coming
worm.
closer, but I'm focused pretty far out.
Okay, we
Key
can
to
zoom
nav.
some more.
That is tiny.
Oh, did you see that circle? Oh, that's another object. Sorry.
So that is the end of our 1,100 meter transect.
Okay, we're just getting a
Sorry,
good image
Nav,
of a
not hearing
Keto or an arrow worm.
That's the end of 1,100 meters.
I was just
Correct.
trying to buy more time.
No.
He's trying to worm his way into more video.
Yeah.
Dave's got it today.
So
He's on
Keto
fire.
are also known as arrow worms or bristle jaws,
that's
and
tiny.
they're actually a
that's
phylum
small.
all of their own of predatory marine worms.
On the move, Chris.
We often see them in
Let's do
plankton
it.
in the middle mesopelagic, bathypelagic zones. They do look very similar to some fish larvae.
Oh, I think I just tugged you. Apologies.
It's all right. Let me speed up a bit.
Okay, we're done with the 1,100 meters. Going to head down for our last midwater transect at 1,200 meters. Passing 1,175 meters, 1175. Reaching 1,200 meters, 1,200 meters. The temperature and the DO.
Okay, nav.
The water temperature is 4.57 C. Salinity is 34.96. And the oxygen is 6.13.
Thank you, Mike.
Pilot video, you gotta get out in front a bit, or are we on the hunt?
We're starting
We're on the hunt.
1,200 meter transect.
Similar volume of material in the water as we saw with the last transect.
There's a flare or smudge in the optics, which continually pretends to be something off in the distance.
Top right and lower
Yeah.
left as well. I swear there's some turbidity off on port. That might be from thruster.
That's me.
Yeah.
Little Herc would have been a better vehicle for this sort of work, but we have the Swiss Army knife of ROVs here, so
Yep.
we'll do this with it too.
There's another object vertical, just upper right of frame center. Barely upper right, almost frame center now.
Tiny?
Yeah.
I see it. Let me see if I can get a little closer.
Not sure what else we got here. Yeah, if you think
What are
of
you,
the proportion from what we're imaging to what we're
zoning in
using
on?
to image. I'm not sure we have anything, but we can.
Well, I'm going to get closer here and see what it is. Let's come in a minute, see what we got.
Yeah, I think it's coming at us pretty quick.
Nothing.
Really thick with particulates here.
Yeah,
again.
it came inside our light pole.
It must have been very small.
Yes.
It was very tiny.
Clutching at straws.
I'm full wide.
Okay.
Something on the left, Dave. Left.
See it? Thank you. Yep. Coming down a little bit. Get some light. Zoom from here and see what we got.
Roger that. Holding.
Looks like it might be a larvation house.
Okay.
A little stretched out on the tether. That's why we're bobbing around, but we'll let Sirius catch
The particle field is incredible right now.
Yeah, it's kind of just hanging.
I'm tracking it as it falls further away from us. Oh, now it's getting a little closer.
I think that's good for us.
Okay.
Thanks.
Morning, Randy.
There's another vertical thing off
Yeah,
to the right.
let's work on that while we're here.
Can I come in?
Yeah.
Coming in, holding.
Tilting up. Oh, there's
Coming
too much
in a
tilt.
bit. Ooh.
I gotta rise here.
Coming down to give you a little more.
So we
Where'd
left
it go?
the
These
mesopelagic
lower right
zone at about
quadrant.
1,000 meters, and now we are in the bathypelagic zone of the ocean. Light diminishes right around 1,000 meters. There's blue light that can get to about
Almost
1,000
horizontal
meters, but
center.
below that depth range, really no light.
Lower quarter of screen.
Coming down.
And we're just conducting a transect at 1,200 meters.
Sorry, I keep picking out the smallest of the small.
Okay, push ahead a little bit. I'm way out in front here.
Can I go in?
Yep.
I'm not sure we're getting any information on this.
No, I'm getting some tether bounce here.
Yeah, I feel that.
Let's catch up a little bit.
I'm not sure that's anything of interest. It's way out there.
It's interesting to me the lack of squids and octopods throughout this entire
Coming
expedition. I know we did see the one really large 3 to 4 foot squid on our first or second Midwater transect, and we maybe observed the blind eye octopus in the beginning, and 2 of those, and then possibly ilex squid, but very few. And just recalling some of the dives conducted off the northeast U.S. where squids for sure were very diverse and abundant, and octopuses were very abundant as well.
Brian got a Dumbo octopus at one point, I think.
A what? A Dumbo, yep, and 1 Dumbo, that's right. But nowhere near the diversity or the abundance from the northeast U.S. at least.
Is there possible reasons for that?
It's a good question. I don't know if it's for the octopuses at least. A lot of those that we saw off the northeast U.S. were guarding eggs and were in burrows, so maybe it's just habitat isn't suitable for them.
Right.
I'm not sure about the squids. I don't know if Mike Ford can answer to that. We don't have Mike Vecchione online, our squid expert, but
right. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not an expert at the cephalopods. So, all right.
Oh, what do we got? Center screen. Video?
Yeah, he's moving off to. There he goes, coming back to center. Just.
Do you know if we ran the oceanographic package today? Did you guys do a profile with the CTD package with the transmissometer?
We don't have the ability. We just have the CTDs on the vehicles. And so there's not a transmissometer or fluorometer on those. And been talking to Dave Wright and the pilots and hoping that requests can be made for the future to add, if possible, to add extra sensors. Because likely there won't be CTD casts from the Okeanos. We'd have to rely on the
coming in
on the vehicles,
lay off the
especially when we're diving with the ROV.
Just got to get close and then calm down here.
No, that's cool. Yeah.
Coming out.
I wasn't sure if you had sort of a daily procedure that included sort of a deployment of the CTD profile.
No.
Either in the morning or.
All right.
No, we don't. Unfortunately, not on this expedition with the long ROV dives that we're conducting.
Holding.
Yeah, just mention that. I mean, looking at a particle field like this, and we're seeing amazing, members of the gelatinous.
He's all the way out there now.
Zooplankton, and kind of understanding sort of the nature of what particles are there, how big are they,
Gelatinous
there's layers, and so forth.
Yeah.
A really exciting addition to exploring. Not well to just. I think it would be an interesting added stream of data.
Yeah, we are running the echo sounder, and you can see layers in the water column with the echo sounder, so it may be worth checking that out, Mike. I don't know if you've seen that on the FTP site, but you can see really nice layers in the water with the echo sounder.
I lost it.
Oh, great! I will take a look at that.
sorry.
Just about to suggest that. Crab on over.
Did you see something interesting?
No, I puppied off and jerked my master's leash here.
Puppied off, huh?
I've been disciplined to
That is the end of our
brought to heel.
1,200 meter.
All right, end of 1,200 meter transect. I think those were very successful. At least 3 new species today for this expedition. Not sure what they are yet. Definitely rare observations. So.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not saying they're new species, but we definitely don't know what they are.
That was fantastic. What a great set of transects. Thanks. Everything was incredible. The video was extremely good. So I'm just excited. I can't even sit down.
It's great. Thank you, pilot. Video. Good work, pilots.
Feels good to hear that.
And thank you, Mike. And Tim and Randy also for being there.
Where away, Nav?
We're going to continue on this same course. We got to make it over here. We are 170 meters away at 280 degrees.
Okay. And target depth?
2890.
We've got places to go, Chris.
I'm coming around.
Places
you came,
to go.
Port, I believe, is Sirius, so I'll do the same.
Wait,
we're going to.
What?
What's our heading?
Our course is 280.
Okay. So if you want to stay 280, and I'll go back.
Right.
To the opposite of that.
Well,
East-ish.
you want to go down in formation or toe down?
Oh, I don't care.
We might see some more stuff.
Okay, let's go down like this.
So we're starting to go down to our target depth. We'll take about an hour to get down there. So
Bridge, RV now.
We'll be back on the seafloor
Bridge.
in something
Yeah,
like
Bridge. We're done with our
9:35,
Midwater
9:40
transects, and we'd like to
a.m.
request
Eastern
a
time.
ship move from here to get to where we want to be on the bottom.
Okay, roger that.
So 165 meters, 280 degrees at 0.2 knots.
Okay, ROV Nav, I have 165 meters, 280 degrees, and 0.2 knots.
Good copy, Bridge.
And you still have about 150 meters left on this position move, so I'll come to a slow stop first, and then I'll start this next one.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, that's full down for me.
Okay.
And I'll leave auto heading in.
All right, I'm going to step out for
I
a half
realized
hour or
that
so and be back
this
soon.
descent
Going to write
rate, even
a
if I do see
report about
something,
yesterday's dive.
She's just trying to get ahead of me.
I'm not going to do anything. So
I'm
much.
waiting for the
Just put
photography
the arms
before I
away,
make
and
my
then
final decision.
I'll whip around on us.
So
Or I think if I just turn 180, we're good.
Yeah, I'm going to step out of the Silver Spring ECC for a little
I'm
bit too.
facing,
Thanks again.
Where I need to go. So I need
Thank
to
you,
turn around
guys.
and go back east.
Okay.
So pilots, we have about an hour to the bottom at 31 meters a minute, and we have about 30 minutes to at 0.2 knots to get to our bottom target.
Okay.
Copy that.
Coming left and heading east to get towed.
So Dave, you're going to drive all the way down?
No, I realized that at our usual descent rate, it was futile to try to sightsee.
Dave, can't you just keep the heading that we're going and then...
No, I'm going to tow.
Okay. Yep.
You keep the heading that we're going.
Okay.
We are
So
going west.
Where we launch, though.
ROV Nav, Bridge.
Go ahead, Bridge.
Hey, do you have a bailout position for us?
No,
Yeah, our bailout direction today would be to the northeast.
facing out from the ship.
Roger that. Bailout to the northeast.
So when we tow,
The ship is going west.
Right. Okay. When we originally towed, we were flipped. Right.
That is correct. We towed to the east, and now we're going to tow to the west.
Okay. Stowing your lowers.
Bridge, RV-Nav.
RV-Nav, bridge.
Yeah, I want to correct that. Our bailout position would be due east.
Okay, bailout position is due east. No
Thank you.
problem.
So we're just passing 1,300 meters as we descend to the sea floor at 2,800 meters. We'll be there in about 50 minutes or so. Today we're diving on Exocet Seamount, which is one of a series of seamounts that run in a northeasterly direction. We're in the southernmost one, which lie in the Anegada Passage. And the Anegada Passage marks the boundary, the eastern boundary of the Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Island microplate. The Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands form its own little tectonic microplate, which is stuck in the boundary between the much bigger North Atlantic plate to the north and the Caribbean plate to the south. And this little microplate is like a cork stuck in the jaws of those two bigger plates and sort of is rotating on its own to some degree independent of the other two plates. And so for the next two dives, today and tomorrow, we'll be in the eastern boundary of that microplate. The Anegada Passage goes down to 5 kilometers, which is really quite deep for this sort of area. And we'll be diving on two different seamounts, looking mainly at the biology, but also investigating the geology, which again, especially today, is a little bit uncertain. We think we know what it is tomorrow, but today it'll be interesting what we find. Will we find Cretaceous volcanics, the basement to Puerto Rico? Will we find carbonate, the more recent 10 million years old limestones that sit on top of that basement? Or will we find something completely different, some more recent volcanic edifice? I think the latter is unlikely, but either of the former are possible. And as I said, diving today is continuing a cruise that occurred last year with the Nautilus. Amanda and Jason were on that cruise, and they were looking at the seamounts further to the northeast. And so we're continuing that survey of these relatively unexplored seamounts in the Anegada Passage.
Okay, I'll swing arm stowed.
Thanks, sir.
HP is off for now.
Ooh, wait. Don't we want to keep the arm pressurized? We do want to keep the arm pressurized. That's interesting. The hydraulics light didn't go off.
No.
So, 1,000 psi is enough. And I'll show you something interesting. Yeah, So, yeah. Now watch the
Oh, no, it wasn't off. It was just...
idling.
No, I didn't turn it off.
No, but you had disabled
Right,
it. So
yeah.
we lost pressure for a little while. So, with the craft hydraulics enabled at 500 RPM, we got 1,000 PSI, and I disable briefly. So, jumps up to 2,000. So that is basically I guess the pressure regulator or leak rate. The arm.
You're beating me down there.
Slow down here.
We're getting low on that.
There must be quite a current from the north. It's got us swung due south.
So we're just passing 1,500 meters. We have about 1,300 meters to go.
Okay. Is that the first time for it to freeze up on us this time?
Workshop?
Don't you mean workshop ROV nav?
Workshop ROV nav, something like that.
Yeah. I see that.
It does.
Oh, that's interesting there, Ed. We've seen this before, haven't we? It's not a problem.
Yep, sounded way up.
Thank you, Workshop.
Yeah, this is forward line.
Oh. Well, I don't know how you're hearing me, but thank you. Oh, there he is.
So we're just doing a navigator change here as we descend to the seafloor. We've got about 1,200 meters to go. We'll be there in about 40 minutes. And we're diving on Exocet Seamount, one of a series of seamounts that run northeast, southwest up the Anegada Passage.
Yeah, it happened yesterday or the day before as well. You don't have any talks turned on there, that's why I can't hear you.
You don't have listen on?
You have to have at least one talk active to be listenable. You cannot. To be listenable. To be listened to. If you turn all your talks off, you can't be listened to.
I kind of like that feature.
So ROV team, random fact of the day.
Yeah.
245 years ago, Captain James Cook set foot for the first time in Botany Bay. One of the original explorers. Take it away. Okay, apologies. Wow. Good job.
And if he had better interpersonal skills, he might have mapped more stuff.
I agree with video on all those facts.
Well, now, if the source of all of your facts are someone's journal, one might seek additional opinions.
Or video.
I'm not questioning your interpretation. I'm just questioning what he might have written about himself in his journals.
Thank you, guys.
Didn't expect that, did you, Mike?
I expect amazing things from you guys.
Yeah, what was our target depth? I believe it was 18.
2890?
Oh, 2890. Oh, it was miles to go before
I think
we
that's
sleep.
what they said. 2890, yeah. I'll restart your sonar for you, actually.
You know, since you're over there, why don't you go and see what the... Let's slow that puppy down a little bit and see what happens. Okay.
Roger.
You don't need to slow down Sirius, I don't think. It's never been a problem. And I don't know if we have to cycle power on the sonar to get it to restart at the new...
I think it'll send it and figure it out.
It says centering.
I'll restart the software, see if that does it.
Okay. That's pretty amazing. Figured it out.
That's a crazy high baud rate. Like, what is it, like 120,000?
115.
115K, yeah. The craft is more than that, isn't it?
It's 57.6. It's half that. But, I mean, this just lends more credence to, or pushing the limits of 232 on the distance back to the rack room.
So we just passed 1,800 meters on our way to Exocet Seamount. We have just about 1,000 meters to go. The water temperature is 4 degrees C, salinity 34.98, and oxygen 7.35 milligrams per liter. We're hoping for another exciting dive on Exocet Seamount. Should be some spectacular biology, and again, a question about what will the geology be? Will it be limestones? Will it be the Cretaceous volcanics that form the basement of the limestones? Or might it be something else?
Mike, any idea on the naming behind the dive target? Why it was named that?
I don't. I was curious, but I don't know. I'll try and find that out.
Is that French?
I believe so.
Exocet?
I was just wondering what the name, there's no more Cook talk, but, so you probably don't care. I was wondering what was the reasoning behind the name of the dive target?
I can tell you that Exocet is the French word for flying fish.
Really?
Just cliff clay ball over here in this corner.
Wow. All kinds of knowledge.
I think you just made that up.
No, we looked it up last night because I remember the reference from the 1982 Falklands War.
Yeah.
Between Argentina and Britain, where Argentina used the French Exocet missile.
Yeah.
That's the original stuff field.
That's the only thing I knew the name from.
We just happen to found two random topics that I know something about them all.
Wow.
Earlier I looked up the source of Mona because in Anglesey off the north coast of Wales there's an island called Mona, and I was thinking, you know, maybe. And then I realized that Mona just means middle. So Isla Mona is just in the middle between the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico.
Video router functionality's been restored.
Wonderful. Just by cycling power?
No, Ethernet and pushing out a change to the panels, forcing a
Do we still
restart.
have a IP address conflict going on there? Is that what's
No,
happening?
no, we did not.
Oh, this was some other sort of aberration.
That's correct. I think I'm gonna, well,
So pilots, Bobby is initiating the open items document for the end of the cruise.
Okay, I have an item. Or should I just
You
communicate
can-
with Bobby?
I was making a little list. I think the more people who contribute, the better.
Well, I have two items.
Okay.
The first is motor shaft ground development.
Is this to do before we leave, or
No,
wish
these are
list for future?
Well, these are the open items that we see after we depart, so that nothing gets dropped.
Okay.
And the other item is improve shoulder control on
encoder.
What you call it? Joy box over there, the other arm. The
Port minute, shilling,
yeah,
Orion.
shilling joystick shoulder control.
Well, that may be something we could do. What do you want to do? Just turn up the gain?
No, I want to take it's got a force displacement
Yeah.
joystick in there that's, you push the base of the joystick around, and it's no good. I want to replace that with linear pots with more throw, spring return. Sometimes you have to push real hard, sometimes you just touch it and it takes off.
Oh, okay. So it's a hardware.
Yeah, it's a hardware project.
So you thinking of adding another linear pot there that's just separate from that?
Yeah, it's more of a mechanical project.
Yeah.
To come up with some way of either stay with the sliding base plate idea or something that can be grasped. Okay. Understood. Guess you could call it Joy Box upgrade or something like that.
You are pushing out.
I am pushing out now.
Bueno.
I am pushing out.
You still taking items on that list?
We are open for business.
I think, I don't know if you heard Josh call up.
I did.
From Survey 2, Dave.
I heard,
Okay.
I just heard Josh just this moment.
Okay.
And I still don't like it, but we can talk later.
They're probably already on there, Brian, but I think, well, I don't know what the resolution of the comp meeting was last night, but I'm sure that's on there.
Yeah, the comps are on there. I think the resolution was tentatively to do some mods on the existing comps.
Okay.
And basically replace one of the plastic tubes with a aluminum tube, but it's still, I think it's still a little bit up in the air. But Carl was gonna formulate a email to Dave and ask for some guidance. Depends a little bit on what our dive profiles for the fall are going to be, but yeah, but certainly on the list. And the winch alarms, I think Bobby's on that.
Okay. Speaking of winch, one of my favorite topics, I think there was talk of a liner underneath the
drip pan liner.
Yeah, well, we'd have to get down there and look, but and maybe think about it when we're cleaning it this time, see where it congregates and that kind of thing. But a liner, it's held in by magnets or something that we can easily take in and out would be good.
That would be nice.
I was just thinking of something that, like heavy vinyl, sign vinyl, that you would roll up or fold up.
Well, couldn't you just use like the plastic drop cloth?
It needs to be a little bit more durable than plastic.
Well, I was just thinking just throw it away.
Me too.
Well, what happens is the hydraulic hoses for the level wind
they get drug across it.
They get drug across it, so it would have to withstand that. So I was thinking the heavy vinyl that billboards are now printed on.
Yeah.
It's real tough stuff.
But then you'd have to clean that, wouldn't you?
It'd be a lot easier to clean that than, well, maybe not. Or you could, if you had a lot of it, you could throw it away, but it's heavy.
We can get down there and look. I mean, maybe there's a way to keep the lines from dragging over it, or maybe we just don't put it there, but we put a removable liner somewhere else.
Well, we may be able to just hang the lines, hydraulic lines, on a piece of bungee so they don't drag across there.
Yeah.
Then you can put some lightweight disposable something down there.
Well, another thing is, if I know Bobby, he's already on this, but updating all the checklists.
I think that'll happen before we leave, yeah.
Yeah. Just thinking ahead.
In fact, it's probably already done.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it would be smart to look into adding stuff that we know we're going to add for Hawaii.
Yeah.
Just because we're going to, our first pre-dive down there we'll have new stuff. We won't know how to pre-dive it and all that. But,
So Mike Ford just texted in about the jellyfish that we saw at 800 meters. He says that it's Atolla tenella, an Atolla tenella.
Atolla tenella.
Is that a new species or existing?
I think that's just IDing one that we already knew. That was jellyfish at 800, not the sunburst mystery creature.
Ah, okay.
So I just want to say hi to the people out there.
Two more. One more. That's it.
So I just want to say hi to the people out there. On screen, it looks like Bernie's listening. Catalina in Rhode Island. Chris German. Randy Singer. Mike Ford. And Tim Shank. Hi, guys. Thank you for being there. Oh, and Amy just entered in, so Amy Bacco Taylor as well. We are now at 2,210 meters. We have about 600 meters to go. We should be there in about 20 minutes. And the Inner Space Center. Apologies, guys. So, somebody else there. So we have about 600 meters to go, and we'll be on Exocet Seamount for another voyage of exploration. Again, we're not really quite sure what the geology will find, and the biology, of course, I'm sure will be spectacular. I'm smiling because Dwight Coleman in the ISC Center, hi Dwight, is sending me event log messages as I was talking. Dwight makes everything happen in the ISC. If we have problems with feeds and things like that, Dwight is one of the people there that really make all this happen.
We miss you out here, Dwight. Dwight and I have been to sea many times, and he's obviously smarter than me because he's on land and I'm out here.
Dwight says he misses you too, Dave.
Bridge.
Video has some great experiences with Dwight as well, and great colleague. Fantastic support.
Indeed.
ROV Bridge.
I was fortunate.
Bridge, I'd like to request another ship move.
I was fortunate enough to spend a week at the ISC on an
40 meters, 40 meters, 320 degrees, 0.2 knots.
On an earlier Okeanos Explorer cruise about 4 years ago to the Cayman Ridge, and those guys were great.
ROV Nav, we have 40 meters, 320 degrees, and 0.2 knots.
Yeah, it's a very nice facility there.
Good copy, Bridge.
I'll think on that list a little more too, Brian. I'm sure there's other things we can come up with.
Well, actually, remapping the main pilot joysticks to more functions.
For what's that?
Well, for instance, the AFPTZ cam is on its own joystick way over there.
Oh, yeah.
It could be brought in and be selectable. Needs a little research in exactly.
Yeah, that's been on the list before.
I mean, if we get some of the software help we were hoping for, maybe getting back on this.
Yeah.
Touch GUI here.
I think we need to resupply our jumpsuits.
I would push that to the
top of the list. Yeah.
Could we get them made out of
some organic material?
Well, something that's breathes better in a tropical climate.
Yeah.
Our existing ones are going to be too hot.
We should get the reviews from the deck guys. Are they like those short sleeve?
Those are Dickies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they like them, but we'll talk to them. And I guess more polo shirts if we're going to bring new people on too. I don't know.
I don't think we have any males.
Throat mic. Just investigate throat mics for the
throat
headsets.
mics.
Throat mic.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Immune to wind noise. Does not interfere with your coffee cup.
Just new mics, new headsets. These are like
it was
50-pound bricks.
I noticed they had those on the World War II tank movie I was watching. They had these little throat mics.
Yeah. Oh, they used to make bombers too.
Yeah, they probably work really well in a windy environment, noisy
noise.
environment.
It's all about a high noise environment, yeah.
So about 500 meters to go as we approach the seafloor at Exocet Seamount.
Whoa. Just went. Got some noise on our tracking there.
D2 went rogue.
Yeah, I sort of serious. I wonder if we went through a layer.
Yeah, I've been getting altitude hits on Sirius, so.
That would explain it.
A while ago, actually. So, that's probably it. Yeah, I know we were talking about software labels for all the ground, for all the leaked text. Analog inputs would be good.
Yes.
Oh, we want to calibrate all of our comms too. I think that's, especially the motor one, at least the motor one.
Yeah, that's... I will say that the electronics is drifty and not particularly precise. And the problem is that the linearity of that output is not great. So.
Well, I think we can make it better than it is. It's the bias on it is like 20. The intercept is. But, well, I don't know, maybe we'll calibrate it and see that that's right.
Oh. So, team, last random fact of the day.
Oh, not the last.
A sports random fact.
I'm on it.
Just about 40 years ago today, Warren Spahn hit his second no-hitter at the age of 41. I'm just showing as a Brit, showing that I know some baseball.
41.
There's hope for some of us.
Okay, can you explain cricket to me?
It would take too long, Dave. You know, we'll start with it takes 5 days. So we're just coming up to 2.5 kilometers below the sea surface with a target depth of about 2,800 meters, so something like 300 meters or so to go. We're diving on the top of Exocet Seamount, and I learned today from the ROV team that Exocet is French for flying fish, so maybe we can guess how the Seamount got its name. We're diving on one of a series of seamounts that run from the northwest to, from the northeast to the southwest up the Anegada Passage. And the Anegada Passage is a channel that's up to 5 kilometers deep in places, that's formed on the eastern boundary of the Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands microplate. And you can think of that microplate as being a cork that's caught between the two massive bigger plates, the North American plate to the north and the Caribbean plate to the south. And the microplate kind of moves on its own and is also getting pushed up in the air. And so previously we've dove on the north boundary, the Puerto Rico trench. We've drove on the western boundary around Isla Mona. And we actually did one dive on the southern boundary too. And so for the remaining 2 dives, we're going to be on this eastern boundary, looking at both the geology and this, no doubt, spectacular biology.
Yeah, and I just want to add to that, too. The Anegada Passage is where water enters from the Atlantic into the Caribbean. Now, we were in the Mona Passage, which is also the first week we're in the Mono Passage, and this area is also where Atlantic water moves in to the Mono Passage and then enters the Caribbean. But what's interesting about the Anegada Passage is that its sill depth is a lot deeper, meaning that it's around, I think, 1,900 meters. So we get an inflow of deeper water from the Atlantic, including the North Atlantic deepwater mass. So that's really interesting, and I'm kind of curious if some of the observations that we see in the same depths in both Mono Passage and Anegada Passage may be a little different because of the difference in water masses. It's just kind of cool. And adding to the Exocet story, did Ed fill you in, I guess, about Exocet meaning flying fish, which is pretty cool. And he also was telling me yesterday that it's also was a missile that was launched from the surface, but and then I thought about it more, and it's actually from a Greek word, exocetus, and the family name of flying fish is Exocetidae. Spelled a little different, but similar. Word etymology. I always like to teach people to break down words.
Video nav.
And learn a little bit more about what it all means.
Nav video.
And this panel continues to blink on and off intermittently.
The lower one?
The lower
Stand
one. It doesn't, I mean, I just let you know. It doesn't, I hardly ever use it.
I'll put a note here. Stand by.
Good morning, Amanda. The real one, that is.
Hello, Amanda. Glad that you're joining us this morning. Excited to dive on Exocet Seamount.
Indeed.
And we're now at a depth of 2,638 meters, 2638. I think this is our 11th dive of the expedition so far. Today's 28th of April, 2015. Local time here is 9:23 Eastern Time, UTC 13:22. Well, 13:23.
Both Chris German and Amanda commented on the weather in the Gulf of Mexico at the moment along the lines of, I'm glad we're not there.
So, yeah, the Nautilus is in the Gulf of Mexico, serving some areas that were impacted by the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, among other exploration areas.
Are they getting pounded at the moment?
Sounds like it, yes. Well, we were having beautiful weather here today. We're about 20 nautical miles northeast of St. Croix.
A little hazy, though. There was no real sunset last night. It just sort
No,
of,
it really wasn't.
Just sort of disappeared into the murk above the horizon. And
Yeah, and I actually got out to see the sunset. I try to every day, but there's been a few days where I've just been really busy and I've forgotten, which is sad. Yesterday it was a little disappointing. You forgot the sunset as well, Chris? Hey, Chris, I saw your brother joined us yesterday. Yep, he was in the event log.
Yeah, he'd been in the field, I think, for a week or more, out of touch with anything, and he just got back. So not surprised to see him in there. That's good.
What's his field?
Fisheries.
He does freshwater fisheries. And he's a really good biological illustrator. I've seen some of his fish illustrations. And is he a PhD student?
Master's
student.
Yeah. But maybe. I don't see him leaving Montana.
This sounds like a thinly veiled excuse to spend a lot of time out fishing in the big open skies.
Well, yeah.
I like it.
You've revealed our hand. That's why I go out there.
Oh, 2,700 meters. Time to pay attention.
Delta 3. Sirius passing 2740. Expecting altitude lock soon.
Getting closer to the bottom. We're now at a depth of 2763 meters.